Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines, where guys, in the last few episodes we've been doing so much work to that industrial area to try and get the traffic to flow in and flow out, so much that I've started to notice other issues very weirdly, and that is the industrial area, that huge one that we have built up recently, is complaining, well, he's slowly starting to complain that they've got too many goods to sell. And I've noticed in other areas of SnowTown, there's commercials saying that they don't have enough goods to sell. So I've got one industry screaming, Seniac, I got too many products. Another industry screaming, Seniac, I got no products. Somewhere along that lines, we have some logistical errors going on. We can't get the goods from one industry to another industry quick enough. Now, I don't know whether that's a direct effect of the craziness that has been ensuing in the last couple of episodes of me trying to fix that industrial traffic. I don't know, but I need to implement a few more train lines. And I don't mean train lines in the sense that building new routes, point A, point B. I just need to kind of create more cargo train depot terminals, whatever you want to call them. More localized to certain areas so they can get the goods to and from in bulk a lot easier, rather than waiting for a vehicle to drive halfway across the map. It's not good. It's not good for these guys right now. But there's something else your boy needs to tell you. Now, before we jump into this, I just want to say, if you haven't already, please smash that like button down below if you are enjoying the series and this episode. And if you want to see more and want to get notified, then please, guys, make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. Now, we've got to talk about some stuff today. More importantly, this area. Now, I'm going to pause for a second because I've been reading the comment section lately and it's slowly starting to become a resurgence. A slight army, if that's the correct term of putting it, of people really wanting me to use roundabouts in my city. And I know for the longest time I've been complaining, like, I hate roundabouts, I don't want to use them, they're only good for low traffic and not good for high traffic. But I'll be honest with you right now, I'm just trying to be, I've kind of been putting it off. Now, roundabouts are not the issue. Even though I keep complaining about them, they're not the issue. I think what it is that the fact that I used to use roundabouts almost every junction in the past, so much that my brain is all roundabouted out. I can't build another roundabout because I'm like, it's like if you like cheese and then you eat like so much cheese that you get cheesed out and then you can't eat another piece of cheese, and then the thought of cheese kind of makes you go ugh, because you ate so much. You remember that time that you got drunk on cheese? That's my feelings of roundabouts, but I feel like even that explanation is not good enough. I'm still kind of putting it off. My problem is, right, this is my problem. Now, I know roundabouts are good. I know roundabouts work. Roundabouts give us the ability to let traffic flow and not get stuck crisscross one another, because if you set it up correctly, do the correct lane management, do all the giveaway signs and stuff like that, vehicles will wait until their turn, then they'll go around the roundabout, and it works wonderful. This is my problem, and this is why I refuse to use roundabouts, because I feel like in my head I must have like some wires crossed and got like some type of OCD or whatnot. Now, when I see vehicles like this waiting, to me, that irritates me. Now, I know they're all coming in slowly, and I know as time passes on, they will eventually turn in and they will be generally dispersed. Right, now, a roundabout, let's take this junction for example. If we had a roundabout here, we got this backlog of vehicles here. If you set it up correctly, you'd have a giveaway sign, and they'll give way and wait for the vehicle to come round and pass. Now, let's say there was 20 vehicles here, and they're waiting for that one vehicle to pass round. Once that vehicle passes, out of those 20 vehicles, it could be 7 of those vehicles are able then to flow through, and then the 8th vehicle has to then wait for the next vehicle to come round. Now, in the real world, works perfect. You ain't got to complain. Vehicles are slowly momenting. There's actually no full-on traffic jams. It's just everyone's waiting for their time to go around a roundabout. But in my mind, just having 4 or 5 vehicles waiting in a solid standing line, I can't deal with that. In my logic, I need to see all vehicles moving. If no vehicle is moving, then it's like, right, that's it. Delete the road. That's my issue. So it's not entirely roundabouts. It's because if I build a roundabout, which, I mean, roundabouts are really good for low traffic. They're still good for high traffic demands. And that's why I kind of say, like, they're terrible for, I say they're terrible for high traffic demand roads. Because when I place them down and there's loads of vehicles wanting to use it, if I see 20 vehicles waiting to give way, then I'm like, it doesn't work, and I panic because I don't see them moving. But when I think about it logically, what it's doing is they're waiting for their turn to get, they're giving way for a vehicle, they're waiting for their turn to move on, and as time goes on, they'll eventually get through. But that's what the issue is. That is why I'm so against roundabouts, is because I don't like seeing vehicles stopping and waiting. They might only be waiting for 10 seconds, but to me, that is not good enough. Now, I've got to try and get slightly over my fear, right? Because I haven't built a roundabout in quite some time. So, shall we do it today, boys? Shall today be the day that your boy gets over his fears of roundabouts? I think we might have to. So, for those guys who have been asking for a roundabout for quite some time, I'm going to give you one right now. Now, I will say this. I'll put it in for pause for a quick second. I haven't built a roundabout in quite a while. I don't know if I can remember how to build them correctly. So, while it might satisfy some of you that I'm about to build a roundabout, it then might trigger you at the same time that I don't set the roundabout up correctly. So please forgive me if I don't do it right. I haven't built them in a while. So whatever happens will happen. Also, someone told me as well that these junctions here, they keep stopping on them. So I just got to make the vehicle flow through there, both sides, to keep them moving. And seeing as we do have quite a bit of traffic, and the majority of the traffic right now is to turn in to this area, I got to sort that little problem out there. It's not the junction, it's this issue here. But let's set up a roundabout here then. So, bam! The roundabout mod. Now, it's automatically set on a 3-lane roundabout at 60. Do you know what? No, without me even doing anything, I think that might be okay. Now, I'm choosing 3 lanes because it is 3 lanes both sides, so at least you can kind of stay in your lane. If you're going right, you stay in the outer lane. Going straight on, you stay in the middle lane. And if you're going left, you stay in the inner lane. Obviously, not all the time. As you go around the roundabout, you slowly merge out of the lane. Now, I'm from the UK, and in the UK, we have tons of roundabouts. I drive around roundabouts every day in my life. So, I should be a complete master at setting up a roundabout, right? That's what you would think. That's what you would think. So if I drop this, bam, straight here, I'm going to delete these 2 buildings there because they're on the roundabout. And what I'm going to do is straight away, without doing anything in particular, not junction restrictions, we're going to set it up where if you're about to enter the roundabout, you're always giving way to the traffic on the roundabout. That's literally how a roundabout works. When I'm in my car and I'm approaching a roundabout, you got to wait for that vehicle. Like in the UK, you always give way to the right. That's literally how it works. But because this is City Skylines and we are driving on the opposite side of the road, and it would be the same for anyone in America or anyone in Europe, if you're driving on the right side of the road, you always give way to the left. In the UK, you give way to the right because you drive... Yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. So that is what I'm going to do straight away from the most part first. Is allowing them to take the roundabout, but still at the same time, that is still not enough. Right, the issue we've got right now is this backlog of traffic as they wanted to turn into there. So at the minute, we're going to get some big hold up on our freeze appearing. Now, this is where the unorthodox way of your boy Seniac builds right now. Now, I like to use lane connections here because I like to visually see with lane connections where the traffic's going. That's the reason I use it over doing like lane arrows and stuff like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a little bit different. All I'm going to say is if you're doing a right turn on the roundabouts, you are fixated in your lane. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. So if you're coming out to there like that, so if I do it like this, bam, 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 sweet. Because in reality, if you are doing a right turn on a roundabout or a left turn, depending on which side of the road you drive on, you don't change lanes. Now, granted, if you're coming around any other way, you would merge over into that lane. Now, I could set that system up, but they kind of do it themselves naturally anyway, which is really good. So the only reason I'm kind of setting this up as lane management right now, and this is where you'll probably be raging against me right now, It's just I want to determine this is the way that everyone goes in. Like that. And that will allow then with the give way signs and people allowing to flow through. If you are making that right turn, you're not really waiting for anybody unless they're in a different lane to you. Or they're in the same lane to you, should I say. So I know this is probably against everything that you guys have learned in the past about building roundabouts, but just bear with me a second. Bear with me. Just hear my side of the events. So, with that very basic kind of setup right now, look at how the roundabout is now functioning for your boy. We got all these vehicles entering, and they'll stop as soon as a car passes by. But because I set those dedicated right-hand turns, can't switch lanes or change routes, if they are making that turn, it allows them to flow out because they're not crossing paths. Or not seemed to be crossing paths because they've already fixated in that lane direction and they need to go in. Now, this is what normally happens to me in... Okay, I'm going to say this right now. 10 minutes ago, the 10-minute ago Seniac would have gone, oh my god, look at all this traffic backing up right now. This roundabout is not working. That's what Seniac would have said 10 minutes ago. But the new and improved 2.0 Seniac, who got invented 10 minutes ago, says, oh yeah, there's a lot of vehicles backing up right here. It's not a problem. Because they're just waiting for their turn to go, and off they go when it's free. But you can see here, it goes from a 2-lane into a 3-lane where they can disperse. Now that middle lane there goes all the way back to here, and it's holding up anybody who wants to go into the right lane or the left lane. So I'm going to upgrade this road a little bit further back to being a 3-lane. So bam. And I'll do it to there. I'll keep it 2-lane here because that's when I've got all the connections set up over here. And we'll push this side back a bit as well. I'll take that all the way to the edge. There we go. Sweet, mate. Leave it like that, boys. Leave it like that. Good stuff for me. So now, when they get to this point, they can choose which lane they need to be in. Okay. So there's still other stuff that we could add to this. I could sort out little kind of merging lanes. I could sort out lane connections and all that. But I feel like it's flowing perfectly fine right now. We've kind of dispersed the traffic a little bit more evenly. The only downside we got is everybody. This is interesting. Which direction is everybody going in? So if you kind of put it out this way, they're all trying to go ahead. Well, he's going ahead. He's going ahead. Okay, you're going to the right. Okay. So then, right, what I could do, because I know the majority of the traffic is coming from this direction in. Now, this is where, if you wasn't triggered before, this is where you could potentially get triggered now. All I could say is, that could turn into there as well, but that ultimately also goes straight on. Which, if you're coming around, you can turn in, or if you're going straight on, you're sorted in the lane you want to be in. Now, if I do this for each and every single one, because by giving them dedicated lanes, or tell them exactly where they need to go, then it might change some of the approaches, okay? It might change some of the approaches that we have, some of the lanes that some of them want to be in, and then before you know it, hopefully, we're rocking and rolling. So then the next thing would be, right, so this is good for the people in the middle lane, because obviously they can turn, they can still make that right-hand turn if they want to. They can be fixated to go straight ahead. Now, the little section here, if I had that set to straight as well, then that's where we might have a little issue or two. So if anyone's coming down from here into the left lane and want to go round, and if I kept them those sections there straight, then they'll be fixated to not be able to make that turn. If that makes sense. Now what I want to do here is make these guys go to there, and then these guys go to here. So by doing that little method, I want to see how this plays out. Now it is quite weird that from the outer lane you'll merge straight in to the third lane, but that is what you do in the real world. In the UK, if you were doing that, it's possible. There's no issues with it. So I think I'm only going to set it up on this one. Now I just want to see what plays out. Because just by doing that section there, everybody leading into this road here, I've got enough kind of momentum to switch over to the lanes that they need to be in. But if you're trying to go up this road right now, coming from this direction, you need to be in the third lane over. And if I do the same just there, and if you're in the middle lane, you're going straight over the road. Now, like I said, so this is where some of you guys might be now fully triggered. But in this scenario, I have all the traffic being backed up on this road. So by being able to disperse it and fully utilize the 3 lanes, it should clear this section a little bit easier. Because I have no issue in this junction, or this junction of traffic leading into the roundabout. So I feel like I don't need to add those lane connections or sort something special out for those guys. Just this traffic here. And it'll be interesting to see then where they all particularly then start to head and in what direction. So I can see the arrow there doesn't allow them to do that little right-hand turn straight in. So you can now see that it looks like the majority of the vehicles are wanting to do a left-hand turn. Which traffic has really started to die down on this. Again, not everybody is going to want to go in that certain lane. But if I set this up again, so you're going straight on. So you're staying in the middle lane. So there's a lot more people that also just want to go straight on as well. Okay, not bad. Right, how do I get out of this view? There we go. So then my next issue was then I had a little kind of problem with this. I feel like it's okay for now. It just depends on how many vehicles I can disperse from this direction. Got some vehicles now trying to make that left-hand turn. Actually, you're going straight on. How are you able to go straight on? Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't set up. No, I did set up. Ah. Right, bam, like that. Bam. I missed that one. I forgot about that section here and here as they're able to merge over. So again, only on that section is where I want to do it because that's where the majority of the vehicles are coming from. And then they should be able to get through this section a lot easier. Again, like I said, I don't have the demands on these 3 turns here on the roundabout to kind of have a fixated situation. But it doesn't stop the vehicles coming round. So if you're coming from this way and want to go down to there, you literally, say you're in the second lane, you'll go round, stay in the second lane, get to here, and then turn and go down. It doesn't affect anybody else's kind of movement to the roundabout. And then that will slowly get rid of all that little backlog just there. And see, guys, do you see my logic in it right now? So I know a lot of you guys are like, yo, Staniak, you're not meant to do that in a roundabout. You did some things right, but what you've just did right there is triggering me really, really bad. Again, you have to, I think you have to, you can't create the same roundabout for every situation. You just can't. So you just kind of have to adapt to where you see the bulk of your traffic coming from and then play it out and then sort something up for that method. And for this method, it seemed to have worked. This is the best method for it. So there we go, guys. I built a roundabout, okay? Can you leave me alone now, please? It might not be the best. It might not be your version of a roundabout. But for this situation in SnowTown and your boy Staniak building it, this, right now, just simply works, okay? Please, guys, leave me alone. Then again, if now I built a roundabout and everyone's like, finally, everyone will just move on to the next thing that you want me to do. And then it will just be another issue that I get moaned about. But yeah, and I think the traffic will come in waves. They'll be like, right now we got a little bit of a build up, and that's where old Staniak would have been like, no, but it will come in waves. Now it's kind of free flowy. I bet I'll come back in about 10-15 minutes and I got like a big traffic jam, but it's set up to be able to work anyway, so we'll see how it goes. This is another big issue, but are they just wanting to go straight ahead? They're all just wanting to go straight ahead, aren't they? I did set up asymmetrical roads leading in, which is all good for them. But, I mean, it's not really causing many issues, is it? I'll come back to that anyway. But this is my next issue. It's these guys saying there's not enough buyers for the products, and I believe the commercial was just over here saying that there's not enough goods to sell. So we have got the goods to sell and we do have the buyers. They just can't get the goods over here quick enough right now. So there's many things that I can kind of pretty much set up. Now, I did talk about train lines and getting additional train lines in. The only import-export area that's close within this section here is this one. I feel like I need to implement another one in over here, just to kind of take the edge off it here, which might reduce the few vehicles around this section. We do have the little cargo section too, and if I can get the train line up to there, and I can bring the cargo to the train, the shipping, sorry, I can then maybe set up a cargo area. I mean, we've got one there. But I could set up another cargo area maybe over on this side, something to kind of, I mean, we've got one there too, to bring them in a bit more. There's like multiple options, but I feel like I'm going to play around with this section first. So, I'm actually sure how I'm going to do it. So this will be kind of a new idea for me as well. So I'm going to bring it up here by 10. That's 2 away from the edge. So 2 away from the edge there is also here. And then straight across with a little bit of anarchy thrown in. A little bit of pizzazz. There we go, boys. Is there something else as well? I feel like I should be fixating a connection over here on this little junction. To utilize this area a bit more. Let's see what I can come up with. So a 7 by 4. Which becomes a 9 by 9. And then filters in. Now, there is quite a bit of traffic that likes to use this section. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what comes from this. Already somebody wants to use it, so it's a benefit to somebody. But we'll see what we get now from the rest of this. So another cargo area up and running. And again, we do want to get it connected to over here. So what I'm going to do is ye old fashioned, bring it out, turn it round, and then connect it up. That's how it's going to work. So I'll bring it down by, let's bring it down by 10. And then let's go for the old classic 10 by 10 bend. Which is not going to work in this scenario. So we'll go for a 5 by 5, 5 by 5. And we'll get back to our original point here, but we're already progressing by 5 going up. Is that by 10? Yeah. And then by another 10, we're then up by 10 at this point. And we're just going to pretty much do the standard crisscross. So if I go to... If I go to there and then take that one to... What was that, by the way? Let me delete it, because I didn't even pay attention to what the spacing and the size was. 15. 18. 19. 21 kind of works there. I mean, I could literally just take this all the way across, couldn't I? Alright, we'll get that one a little bit more straight so we can head in that direction. Where's my move it tool? Hold on, game. Has the game got rid of my move it tool? Don't even lie to me. Hold on. I've got many mods enabled. Move it. Where are you? Okay, we've got to press M to toggle it. No. My move it tool doesn't want to work today. What a shambles. What a shambles, move it tool. That's hilarious. It don't want to work. So for now, we'll have to come back to that at some point in the future to get that ultimately working. And this is going to be a bit funky because it's not really the length that I wanted. But they're all connected. The train line's all connected there. That's a bit funky, but yeah. Until I got the move it tool up and running again, that's just how it's going to have to be, unfortunately. So we've got water. It's got power. So what it does then, it doesn't mean that everybody has to kind of cram over to this one. We have an additional stop just up here. And it also has the ability to then go in both directions. It can go straight down to the cargo area over here, or take the longer route. Whatever it wants to do, it can pretty much do. But logistically, and I feel like it's now kind of shot me down because I need to kind of move it tool. So it kind of ends there, the train line. And so let's say you wanted to go from over here all the way to over here where the issue is. The quickest route for them would either be cargo ship, sailing all the way down, maybe even dropping it off there and then training it over to there, or dropping it off here and then training it all the way over to there. Or if it was train line only, it would be to take this route going around, which then goes underground here, through there, all the way up to here, goes all the way round to there, which is quite a long distance, isn't it? So we could do with some like shorter routes, but I feel like having now the wind taken out of my socket, that doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't make sense that I've now damn it, move it all. Okay, that's okay though, because it'd be interesting to see what happens and what coming from then. So the snow is falling right now. That was a cargo train terminal. Yes, it was. We'll give that time to kind of play out. The roundabout is still tooting along. There we go, boys. That junction is going to be a huge pain, but do not fret. Do not fret. There are all issues we'll eventually get to. Now, I do want to build up a few more residents over in this area before I do think about adding in something like... Is that 11 over there? Yeah. Like a oh, what's it called? Cargo harbour. Oh my good god, that took forever to decide what I was trying to say. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of an extended neighbourhood over here. Bam. And let's see if I can take this 10. Okay, we'll just take it to here. There we go. That was a shambles. There we go. And how am I going to attach it to this? Do I just go for the old BAM connection there? Something like that, maybe? Do little cul-de-sacs that stick out to here. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad, boys. And then... do we have the water? Okay, we don't have water all the way connected over here at the minute. Let me just get that sorted. So I have the water done there. Now I know this is counterintuitive, the fact that I need products to sell. But shabam, there we go. All residential, shabam, just there. Because this is what I want to build up, these areas. So throw in as much as possible. In terms of public transport, they're right near this area. The shipping line there. So that adds a little bit more pizzazz to this section. Going back to the buses, because I can now extend that bus line a little bit. So where it originally came down and ran across here, I actually don't want it to do that. I'm going to get it to run down the center strip coming down here. And we're going to add another stop. Yeah, we're going to add a stop just there. So that one there for this surrounding area, that one there for this surrounding area, which leads eventually back to the ferry line, which ships them to where they need to get to. Just adds a few more peeps over to this area to start bulking it up to then really claim that demand. Now, I'm not saying that just by putting this everything in here is going to enable us to provide the goods to that area over there. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I need something additional. Now, we haven't got in any cargo airports just yet. And I don't quite remember, is it possible for planes to fly from one cargo airport to another cargo airport in the same city? Is that a thing, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below if it is or not. Because I can't quite remember. Because if it is, I'm going to place one up here, cargo airport, and then have one on the other side as well, the far end. So you have two localized areas that they can bring the goods to and from, which would be really, really handy. But yeah, I'm liking the fact that we do have this issue. Well, you know, if you think about it, because it means I've got some stuff to work on still. We don't have a flush city just yet. They're slowly starting to use that, which is all good. But like I said, we do need to get these goods shipped out of here, boy. And currently, right now, this roundabout is doing wonders. See, guys, I can build roundabouts. Okay? It is possible for your boy to build a roundabout. Ah, good God. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Right, anyway. Anyway. So we have our little ferry pier over here, which should eventually... Do you know what? I actually think we might need to add more ferries lines to it. So I'm going to add in an additional 2 more. Sorry, so we've got 5 altogether. Not because we've got huge demands just yet, but I can see the demands slowly starting to climb up. And because the ferry depot is really, really far away, by the time those demands start to rise, those 2 ferries have to travel from all the way over here. So that they will have got here eventually. Is what I'm trying to say. And I've also been thinking as well, and I don't know how I would do it, but that is the only road, 1, 2, and then we have 3 road crossings. I've always felt like something here needs to be placed in. Whether it is road or whether it was cargo line. Also, where is the 81 tiles? Unlock all tiles for free. I'm also surprised I haven't unlocked all the tiles just yet. That's something else that we kind of need to get done. So I'll just wait for this to So hey, how you doing? You had a good Christmas, guys? Is it all done? Yeah. All these cool little islands, big mountainous area over here, and mountainous areas over here. Oh, there's a nice little section. Terrifying me, mate. Terrifying. So yeah, because we have such a good highway connection over here, what would happen if it went into an underground tunnel? Where would it pop out? How would I get it connected? I don't know. I don't know how it would work. But if I went like this, boys... Oh, it feels like a bit too far away, doesn't it? If it went underground there and it came across, where would that highway connect up? Would it then, like, say, pop up here and then connect to this section? Would I have to create, like, a really crazy connection around here, maybe? Would it just pop up and connect to this road? But then again, I'm gonna have... It's not really set up for traffic, is it? I don't know how it... Oh, what's going on over here now? Not enough fuel. This building can't reach via that's a connection if you don't produce it publicly. They're all complaining about it, really, aren't they? Can we get some more oil over here, please, guys? Can this oil industry start producing more, please? That's not even an oil industry. Where is it? There it is. Produce some more. God damn it. But yeah, we are starting to get a load of little issues now arising. But we can slowly but surely solve them. Now, we don't have any snow thingy-majiggy-bobbing-booties over on this side. Snow dumps. That's what it is. We have a couple over here. Some over there. We don't really have any over here as well either. So I think I'm just going to squeeze a couple just here. Just for the sake of getting them in. Right, they've got electricity, them ones have. That will get this industrial area all sorted. Don't really have any around here, it's kind of hilarious. And we don't have any over here too. I've been neglecting the snow, haven't I? Right, just for now, I'm going to do a nice little collection of 3. Just in there. Just so I can kind of get the snow from this little neighborhood that we have set up. Yeah. How's that roundabout doing? Solid, mate. Solid. What traffic? Exactly. What traffic? How's this little junction over here doing? That doesn't seem to be doing too bad either. I think we got it going good. I think we have. I just think like more time needs to be simulated. I do need a few more direct routes to get to potentially the other side over here. But once they're done, should be pretty good. Now guys, this is what I want to know. Shall I build a road connection coming across here underground using that? Because it's such a good little system connected up to all them highways. I just don't know where it would come around here connected. Right. That's my first question. Second one. Oh my good God. Can cargo airports, can you take off on one and land the other? I don't mean creating like a passenger route. You know like how the ships can leave here and they can transfer to, or they come from this cargo hub up there. Can the cargo planes do the exact same thing? Because if so, I'm going to build a cargo airport on both sides of the city. I might even build a couple, to be honest with you. It's going to get them all connected. That's my second question. Third question, should we get a more dedicated line set up for the train line? They're the 3 questions I want to ask you guys. Okay, and a fourth one. Do you want me to place another roundabout in at some point? Oh, I don't know how that's going to go down, but there we go. There's my attempt at a roundabout. We've had no issues. It works perfectly fine. It's actually improved the traffic. So me being so redundant to get it done is so foolish of me, because it actually is sorted things out. And again, you might not agree with some of the lane management and the way I set it all up, but you can't argue with the results. The results speak for themselves. There we go. And on that note, we're going to end it here. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.